Are your grown kids draining your finances? Do you feel guilty for not helping them? Today I'm breaking down the real cost of helping your grown kids and how it's destroying your ability to create wealth. I'm Dakota Grady, DG, the Money Coach, and I'm all about helping you to master your finances. Let's dive into the conversation. Do you have grown kids and they keep asking you for money? If so, drop in the chat below. You may have made mistakes with your finances, right? All of us have. Well, here is an opportunity for you to start fresh. Drop in the chat below mistakes, and I'll send you a free resource to help you to move forward financially. Your grown kids are asking you for money. Today we're going to discuss 3 reasons why you don't need to give your kids money, and then 3 solutions to help you to better navigate this dynamic of helping your grown kids with finances. Let's define what is the difference between loving your child, your grown child, and enabling them. So for example, I have 2 daughters, a 9-year-old and 3-year-old. I know there's a gap. I love my kids. So if they have a birthday party, my wife and I, we do parties for them. We actually did a party for my daughter, 9 years, my oldest daughter, last year. And she wanted to have a party, so we had one for her. And it was good. We loved her, showed her that we cared about her, got her gifts, and had people come by. My daughter, she loves Pokemon. My oldest one loves Pokemon. I want her to understand that if she wants to get something, she has to work for it. So I'm loving her by giving her opportunity to earn her money so that she can get things such as a tablet so she can watch Pokemon on it, play Pokemon games, or anything else that she wants. Now, some bigger priced items, we may match. For example, if she wants to get a bike, we'll do half and half. She earns half the money, we pay the other half for the bike, for example. We're loving her and teaching her about money at the same time. Now, as she gets older, what if she has a drug problem and we give her money? Say she was addicted to alcohol or some kind of prescription drug. And we know this, and she asks us for money repeatedly, and we know what she's going to do with her, and we continually to give her money to feed that habit. At that point, we're enabling her. We love her, but we know she's not going to do the right thing with the money we're going to give her. And at that point, we're just feeding the habit and not allowing her to make wise choices with the money she's making or going to get. And we're enabling her. The question is, are you loving your child when it comes to finances, or are you enabling them? The second issue when it comes down to supporting your grown children is your retirement is at risk. You're saving for retirement, then you take a pause because your child is asking for money. She's working or he's working a job, not making enough, but they may have some children. He or she may be married, and you want to support the grandchildren as well. So you have this desire to take care of your grown children, and then you say, well, how about my retirement? You pause, and a year, 2 goes by, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and the whole time you're giving money to your child to help them with their finances. Maybe you didn't help them when they were young. You didn't teach them about money when you were young because you didn't know about money. So your excuse is now, well, I want to be able to give my child what I didn't have. So I'm going to give him or her money at the expense of my own retirement. I know that the Bible says, I'm going to follow Christ, that you honor your parents. Well, what if you are having children and you're saying, all right, I want you to take care of me as I get older. Even though I know I can save for retirement, I'm going to put my retirement funds into supporting you. And as I get older, I want you to support me. I think that's a bad idea because you had a child, so that means the responsibility is on you to take care of the child. So that means that the child, as he or she gets older, has a choice to take care of you or not. It shouldn't be an obligation for them to take care of you. So I want to encourage you to be careful. If you're giving to your children, you're supporting your grown children at the expense of your retirement. And the third reason that you could be causing damage to your retirement and wealth is because you really need to define and understand what generational wealth is. When you generate wealth, you're basically, according to Tom Stanley, the author of The Millionaire Next Door, you have assets that create an income, right, that provide income for more than you earn. one and two, everything that you own, assets minus your liabilities, is $1 million or more. At that point, you have created wealth because you're able to have assets that are $1 million or more. What if you're not creating wealth? You're not building assets now while you're alive, while you're in good health, while you have income. You're not building those assets. You're just going through life. You're giving your money away. You're not saving anything. You're not investing anything. You're just being wasteful with your finances. Maybe because you just don't know. Or maybe because you know, you just want to be helpful to your child, your grown children. Or maybe you just don't care. Maybe you feel like, well, I won't be here long. I don't want to leave my children a legacy. I just don't have that in the cards for me. Or maybe you can't afford to. I don't know. But you want to make sure that you are creating generational wealth. Let's talk about solutions to these problems. The first way I believe you can support your grown child is by setting a helping fund. You can also set that fund by giving $18,000 away to your child. But for this year, it's 2024, the IRS allows you to give a gift. When you do that, you won't pay tax on that money. So what you could do is set a helping fund and say, I'm going to fund this year's helping fund up to $18,000, and I'm going to gift that money to my child. And that will be part of your giving, of supporting your child. And then you'll feel it'll be healthy, nothing wrong with that. But you have to make it a priority to set that fund aside for a helping fund and be a gift. I don't recommend loaning your child money because loaning someone money damages the relationship, because at that point you become a master and your child becomes a slave. So don't loan your children money and gift that money to him or her if you can. The second way, and I think this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I want to encourage you to just do this if you need to. I believe you need to just say no. Just say no, because sometimes setting boundaries is good for you, healthy for you, because I'll share a story. I used to give my parents money and a couple of my siblings money too. I used to loan them money. And the last time I let my parents borrow money, I said, you know what? This is something I do repeatedly, give you guys money for things, repair things, vans or vehicles or whatever it may be. I don't want the dynamic of being your master and you be my slave. I mentioned earlier, when you loan people money, the dynamic of their relationship changes from being son and daughter or father and son to being master and slave, meaning the loaner becomes the master of the person who borrows the money. The Bible says that when someone borrows money, they become a slave because they owe someone money. I don't want that for you, because if you're dining out with your parents and they owe you money, right? The food won't taste that way. Or you see your parents go out of town and you know they owe you money. You're like, hold on. Did I loan you money? How you going out of town with the money? So you're trying to watch their pockets. Don't be like that. Don't loan it to them. Gift the money to them. If you're going to give your children money, do it as a gift. And then if you don't feel like you can say no, say no anyway. Because some of you may not have the audacity to say no. Some of you may say no and may lose a relationship with your children. And if that's the case, then that's a problem. Because it's your money, you earned it, they didn't. If they have a problem with you saying no to them about you loaning them money or giving them money, then you need to sit down with your child, set some boundaries, set some expectations, and let him or her know that, hey, I'm giving you money because I want to, not because I have to. But say no. And sometimes people may not like you, but they'll be all right. And the third way to solve this problem of helping your grown children and hurting your wealth building ability is by leaving a legacy, investing in legacy and not dependency. So how do you do that? I recommend getting a copy of my book called Broke, Secret to Fix American Financial Crisis at thecodygrady.com, my website, and give that book to them. have to understand that I'm going to give you some money. I want you to be able to handle the money, teach them about financial literacy. It's in the book so that they can be prepared to handle the weight of the wealth that you're going to transfer them. You create wealth through, one, creating a business that's going to provide income to you through your lifetime. And then you hopefully be able to pass that business to your children, or you maybe even sell it to get the proceeds and give it to your children. It depends on what you want to do, but a business. Secondly, real estate. If you can get real estate, hopefully pay for it with cash, and then have that rental property, or have that real estate become a rental property, and you have rental income coming in every month. So you gift that rental property to your children, all right? So you got the business, real estate, and you also have, say, merchandise that you can create in the business, or you can do a ton of things in your business. Merchandise, you can do courses, you can do digital products, all these things you can create income and hand off to your children if you want to. So you're going to leave a legacy with them, but also give them responsibility to manage their finances well so they can manage the wealth that you transfer to them. And then also, as you're gifting to your children, continue to invest in your life. Invest in, again, a business. You can invest in real estate, digital assets, mutual funds, all things that are going to create wealth for you so that you can have a great retirement and gift your children and leave a legacy for them. I hope this was helpful for you in helping you to really understand you can support your children, your grown children, but not at the expense of you creating wealth for yourself and retiring with dignity. If you like this episode, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you need help with anything related to personal finances, keep watching the videos, keep tapping in, keep joining us for value-packed information that can help you to master your finances. Thank you for joining us.